So I was looking around for inspiration for how to build my grotto cage. I realized that there's actually not too many videos about building a grotto cage, so here is my own as I built mine. Also, maybe it's because they're cursed, because when I was transferring the files over for this, half of these files corrupted, so I'm gonna have as many videos as I've got that aren't corrupted and a voiceover, and hopefully it makes sense. So I got this display case of Gumtree for $10, and I took out all of the glass and I made sure that this case had only one back wall so that air could easily flow through them. One of the big thing about rats is the fact that they need lots of air to flow through so that the ammonia doesn't build up. So that's me measuring. And then I just put in some shelves. These were just easy cut out shelves that I got from lying around, really. We used shelving brackets and put them in, and then just drilled them in, and that's my dad helping me out. Thanks, Dad! He lent me the power drill, which was very useful. You cannot do this without a power drill, I have decided. Skipping forward a little bit, we put in these poles that would just add for stability that the front of the shelves are tied to. I'm just sanding them down so I can then paint it with waterproofing. Skipping forward a lot further, and the waterproofing has painted on the majority, so the floor and the poles. And now I am just tying on some wire so that I've got some things to hang all the dangly toys onto. So this is just the wire that I got that was around the Avery wire that's on the outside of the cage, and it's just tied on so that you can hang things. I also staple gunned some Avery wire to the roof so I could safely hang up more hanging things like hammocks and such from the roof. Okay, so this is a bit of a vlog moment. I have been working at this for hours on end now, and I just can't seem to get it. So what happens is I keep staple gunning in, and I couldn't staple gun this part very well. So I tried to do this extra, I don't know, tied it on, and it worked. Like, well, see, I think this one's alright, but the main problem is I'm terrified of snakes coming in the top. And then this side just didn't work at all. I've got these that I have to work around, and it's just not good. I can't manipulate my body to go around that so well. So this front is good. So I like this first one. It's very nice, and you can see how it has the potential to look very nice. And I think it's hard for snakes to go in and around. But what I'm going to do right now is, after so much hard effort and work, is I am going to take out all of the staples and then staple the mesh on the outside, because there is just too many holes on the mesh on the inside, especially like here, like, and I can't get a staple to stay secure there. So yeah, so it's just getting a bit too much, so I'm gonna just staple it to the outside. It's not gonna look as good, but it's gonna be more practical, and it's gonna keep the rat safe. So yeah, that's 11 o'clock at night update. Okay, so new deal. I managed to get everything stapled to the outside. I attached some wood on the bottom, so that it stays a bit still. I bought some more wood. So I bought some more wood pieces so that I would be able to do it along the sides, but I don't really feel like painting that wood, and yeah. Okay, so now I am going to add more waterproofing. So this is already waterproofed by tiles, but this stuff is like book contact that's made out of plastic, and I'm going to just layer that in and stick that there, so an extra layer of waterproofing. So once my cage had been significantly gift wrapped, I'm going to move on to start putting on some more waterproofing, but this time waterproofing I can take out of the cage. Right, so the way that I figured out the sizing was I took newspaper, I placed it in there, and I folded it over and just taped it all together. So what this makes is a template, which I'm going to remove. I'm going to cut, got to figure out how I'm going to cut it. I'm thinking of cutting between these two, just a line there, and then, yeah, and then I'll take it out, because that doesn't go all the way to the wall over there. Yeah, alright, gonna do that. So I'm gonna cut a line through there, cut it out, and use that as a template. So this is just ending up to be the bottom waterproofing of the cage. It's just velcroed into the bottom so that I can very easily take it out. Funnily enough, the rats do like to chew on it. Of course they do. Rats love to chew. So I end up covering it in lots of different layers of bedding so that they are not tempted to do that. I also put balls in the corner so that they get distracted by the balls before they start chewing. I sewed on all of the Velcro and I absolutely hated it. I recommend gluing on the Velcro instead of sewing it on. So I layered in the plastic and then some microfiber towels, and then on top of that I put in some cottons to kind of keep everything in together. And some chopped up pieces of fleece for nesting. And last minute I just stapled gunned on that to the wall so that, it's a bit hard to get it angled, but so that the rats can get up to this platform. It's quite strong. It doesn't matter if it bends down a bit. There we go. So this is my cage. We have a scarf, hammock, little bed filled with fatty. Obviously it needs some hideaways, but that's it for now. But of course this rat cage seems a little bit empty without some rats to put in it. So I just rang up the Animal Welfare League and asked them, and they said that they had 2 rats, Daisy and Delilah, both female. I'm very excited. I'm gonna run and get them showered very quickly because the thing is being a pet adoption center, they can't keep them on hold. But on the other hand, this adoption center is about an hour and a half away from where I live. So, gotta run. Gotta get these 2 rattykins. Oh, my car's hot. I hope it's not too bad. Alright, let's go. Editing the video when I realized I didn't have any footage of the rats actually being in their new home. This is a couple of days after, so I've changed the bedding. I now have a litter tray. It's all very exciting. There's food and a Pokeball in there. And there's even a ladder. Oh my lord. All of the things. So this is Daisy. She's the calmest and she likes lying down in the corner. It's daytime, so it's when they like to sleep. Hello, Daisy. How are you? She's very personable. And then Delilah should be hiding up here. It's her favorite hideaway. There she is. Look at her. She's so happy in her little box hideaway. Currently there's no stuffing in there because I just stuck everything in the wash. But yeah, there she is. Coming over to say hello. Aww, look at her little eyes. Hello. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please like if you liked it, that helps me out a lot, and share it to your friends if somebody else is making a grotto cage, also will help me out very much and a lot. But most of all, comment to tell me about all of your rat adventures. I really want to be able to talk to people. No, but seriously, just comment about anything really and I'll have a chat. Goodbye.